Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga. I'll be right there, just advertising things. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Haribo Tom Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaura Vrinda. Welcome, Adramada, Evo, Aman, Dean Smith, and who else? Mary Sachi. All right. Whoever else is here. Nityananda, Nityananda, go. It's not supposed to play. Interference. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. There she is, Maria.
I just finished your early morning one, and I woke up not long ago.
All right, good.
So I'm doing a marathon.
Okay, marathon. All right. Nityananda, Nityananda. Here we go. This is for her group. She has a group with her. Jesus Paul, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus Paul, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jesus Paul Srila Prabhupada Shri Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jesus Paul Nityananda Shri Advaita Srila Srila Prabhupada, Advaita, Nityananda. Okay, we got them. They're all here now. All right, ready? Just Nityananda Dvait. Oh wait, Dvait Sri Advaita Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Advaita Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Advaita Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Luna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, 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 Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ah, ah. Whew. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. All right. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Shri Advaita Chandra. Little pastime of Lord Chaitanya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda. The Wonders of Nityananda, Chapter 12, of Majjhikanda, Chapter 12. Get your book out there, Tom. I might have you read a little bit. Oh, I got it. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, Chaitanya Bhagavat. Oh, you got it. The same thing. Okay. So, okay. All glories to Lord Vishvambara. Oh, this fan is really powerful here. Let's take care of this. Ah, so nice to have great internet here. Thanks to Maria's help. She got me help me get the internet going here. So now we have steady classes every day, So before I used to have interruptions and just all this pain in the butt now. But now it's fantastic. Mm, yeah, yeah. Thanks for everybody helping out monetarily. Thank you all for your donations and stuff. Thank you so much. We keep our program going here. So all glories to Lord Vishvambara, the Lord and Master of all the Vaishnavas. Please give us devotional service unto you and make us your surrendered devotees. It's so nice to be a devotee. Surrendered devotee, it's just our nature, really, in the eternal truth. It's to be a devotee of God, you know. There's so many benefits to that. One is you can see the illusion. You can see how the magician is working in the world. He keeps you protected. So anyway, the Lord is the Lord, and He's God. And not everybody knows exactly how God is. Like Maria. Oh, look at that, licking the feet. There's getting her bath today. Yeah, like Maria, she had a natural relationship with God. She just it was always in her. And so it was very easy for her with Lord Chaitanya. He just walked in and she felt, oh, he came in and took over. And, because God is God, it's just, God. We're meant. See, there's God, and then there's the servant of the Lord. Well, a lot of people don't know that the clarity of that, how deep that is. So anyway, yeah. So please give us devotional service unto you, unto you. See, Lord all glories to Lord, the master of all Vaishnavas. See, he's the master of Vaishnavas. The devotees surrender naturally to the Lord. It's because the Lord is the greatest protector. Why not? You need if you try to protect yourself or get protection from the government, from the Lord's Mahamaya. See, Mahamaya. These things are not taught in school. You have to learn these through the disciplic line. This is like Krishna in Bhagavad Gita said, that this is handed to you in disciplic succession, because you are my disciple and my friend. See, disciple and my friend. You have respect for me. Have you respect for my understanding? See, so the Lord comes and delivers these truths through a disciplic line. Yeah, and that's why it works so well. Yeah. He is my Lord. See, the spiritual master, like Nartam, he is my Lord, birth after birth. See, this is, you know, all devotees know this. You know, and if you, you know, you have to, if you already have this, then you will bring this through from another birth, and you'll feel that way about all Vaishnavas. You realize, Krishna came as all these Vaishnavas in that form to deliver me, to deliver me Krishna. Like through Rupa Goswami, through Prabodhananda Saraswati, is always Krishna in all these different facets. Krishnadas Kaviraj, see, he's my Lord, birth after birth. See? That's when you get really purified. You start to see like that. Even if you didn't have a living guru in this life. That's why usually they have to be sent, because that realization is very deep. It takes a lot of purification. Usually you have to bring it through from another life. Yeah. And then you make disciples, because most people don't have that. And to try to figure this out on your own without the mercy of a realized soul is practically impossible. It's so impossible that the Lord says, don't even try it. Just find a bona fide representative of the Lord, the living guru. See, look how bewildered people get. Even we have this Balaram, our friend Balaram, uh, Lalita's husband. He just doesn't agree with us. He just thinks, you don't need somebody, even though he has no awakening really much. Maybe he has a few hairs standing up occasionally, very rare occasion. No real profuse tears. But he thinks he can do it that way, but it's so hard. Here his wife is crying profuse tears all the time, laughing like a mad woman, just like the scriptures say of the highest bhakti she's getting, because she follows the real process. She follows the way it works quickly. See, even the prayer says, "Oh, Master of all the Vaishnavas, please give us devotional service unto you and make us your surrendered devotees." See, and a lot of people think, "Oh, you see, go directly to the Lord Caitanya." Oh, no, 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 no. Sorry about that. It's if the Lord is merciful to you, all the verses come into effect. He'll give you a real guru. See, everything becomes true by the mercy of a real guru. Okay, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Krishna and Nityananda, you get guru, and then by the mercy of guru, you get prema, which gives you Krishna automatically. Prema gives you feeling for Krishna, see? Deep feeling to the point of spontaneous devotion. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's the best thing in the world. It's the great treasure of all treasures. Ooh, it is so cool, man. It is so yummy. It's what life is all. It's the end all and be all, summum bonum. Nityananda performed wonderful pastimes with Lord Chaitanya in Navadvip. Nityananda did innumerable extraordinary deeds, engrossed in the ecstasy of love of Krishna. See, he did these extraordinary deeds engrossed in love of Krishna. That's where it all happens. See, that's why when you make connection with the real devotee line, you become Marvel superhero. Even Maria, she says, I like superhero movies. She said, I always wanted to be a superhero. Now she met Lord Chaitanya. She's becoming super empowered to healer. She's getting so super, she's even getting herself healed, which is, get the extra. She gets a little extra for herself. See, this is it, man. See, and then the more, as her ecstasy increases and more, then her healing power will increase too. Everything. You'd start doing miracles in the ecstasy of love of Krishna. See, love of God. And when that love, and especially when it comes to the point like Nityananda, you get the tears and you laughing like a madman and woman. Extraordinary things happen. Lalita, I got reports. Lalita goes over to River's house, and she says, "Wow!" And River said, "Wow, having Lalita here was extraordinary. It was fantastic. It was fabulous. Things changed. We felt so amazingly." Amazing things realized, all that. These kind of miracles happen when devotees, because she's absorbed in prema. Extraordinary things. Johann gives these fantastic classes. Like I was listening this morning, he annihilated Balaram's philosophy. I got a new whipping boy, Balaram, man. Well, he annihilated his Ritvik philosophy, and used Prabhupada's books to do it. You see, that's a miracle. See, he even testified. He said, I read these books. I was in the ISKCON movement for 25 years. I did all the fasts. I did the 25, rounds on the codices and strictly followed everything. But I didn't understand. He didn't chant in ecstasy. And then, by the mercy of Krishna, he saw he was sincere. He got a real guru. Obviously, how do you know this T-shirt guy is bona fide? Well, he said, well, now he chants in ecstasy. And then he looks at the book. He said, "Yeah, that's how it worked, man. Yeah, you get a bona fide spiritual master. It's not by independent study. See, like Balaram saying, by independent study, you don't need a living guru. It doesn't work. He's got no tears, not much. Maybe occasionally, maybe once in a blue moon." Hey man, you want to say, hey, you're gonna have a philosophy here? Anybody? Balaram, Ramdas Vijayavasi, Jaipataka, Radhanath. I want to see how it works. Don't you, Tom? Don't you want to see if it works? Sadhguru. Even Tom said, oh, he met him and he says, this is Sadhguru. Not Sadhguru, Sadhguru. He'd be very happy. He's sad because he takes on all the karma and all those people, and he has no bhakti to burn it. All that energy. No wonder he has to hop on his motorcycle once in a while. Just get away from it all. You know, leave the group, man. He's trying to get away from that karma he can't burn. He doesn't know what the bhakti is. We're here for that. Teach the glories of bhakti, man. Glories of being a devotee of Lord Caitanya. Come here, we'll teach you how to be a devotee of Lord Caitanya. Maria will teach you. She's learning fast. Tom will teach you. He's learning fast too. I noticed once he gave that donation, all of a sudden, man, things started changing, didn't it? Huh? Didn't you notice? I wasn't. See, you may what usually I say unpopular thing. You say ask for a donation. Everybody, he wants money. Everybody freaks out. But it worked. See, all of a sudden, I noticed the whole devotional attitude changed. He's like more happy and more bubbly, and all. It works.
Transcendental result.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I learned that from Sachi. She also, when she started giving, man, she says, "I feel so good when I gave." Then when she stopped doing a little bit, then she did that. So I know it's unpopular to say these things, but hey, I want people to make it, and hey, man, yes, I don't. It's not like I don't like little donations. I mean, hey, man, money's money. Everybody likes a little money. You can buy a nice brand of coffee, and so yeah, get a nice microphone. I need a microphone. I need stuff. We need stuff for the thing. Pay for the internet every month, stuff like that, man. Pay for the rent. So it's nice to have the grease. It's like the grease that makes things go around. But actually, but I see over and over again that it's really true. It really helps people's bhakti. It's considered service. Seva. Everyone. I'm sitting on the receiving end, so I see what happens when people do. And how it helps them. So I make my comments. But money is a big trigger thing for people, you know. It's even for me. I don't really like to ask it. Feel like funny because I know that it's kind of a sensitive thing for people. Uh, so Nityananda performed many wonderful pastimes with Lord Caitanya in Navadvip. Nityananda did innumerable extraordinary deeds engrossed in the ecstasy of love of Krishna. And so this is the wonderful attribute you get is this Bhakti Lata Bij, by this association, which gives you that ecstasy in your service, in your sacrifice. And that in that ecstasy you become super powered, super empowered, more than ordinary persons. Not that you're feeling I'm such a great person. No, it's just comes with the territory. But without the ecstasy, we're not complete persons. You know how they use the titles His Holiness and in his yeah His Holiness. Now, most people are not whole. Most of these leaders, most of these gurus, most of these church leaders, the ministers, they're not whole. See, whole is to connect with God, is to commune with the Lord. And if you're doing that, it's going to be an ecstatic experience. It's going to be a rapturous experience. Okay? And there's symptoms in the body. And this is what people need to learn. I mean, this is our part of our work to teach that when you get in touch with it, more and more deeper, intimate communion with God, He becomes really close. You start to feel His nature, which is very ecstatic. See? And this reflects on you into the world. This is what makes us unpopular amongst the masses at first. See, because they've never seen it. Most people have a more distant relationship, like Maria was saying before. Oh, with Jesus, I would never think of asking. He's too holy, right? He's too, put you on a pedestal out there, you know. But the closer God comes, you see that He wants to participate, right? Haven't you noticed that, Maria? He wants to, yeah, go ahead. What? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, first I wanted to say about energy. Money is energy. When I do healing, it's energy, and usually what goes around comes around. Especially when you do with an open heart, without expecting anything in return, and that
Mm-hmm.
is what you do. You do. I'm a witness of your life because I live next to you almost, and
Mm-hmm.
you spend your whole day, 8 hours a day, devoted to giving service to people. No, honestly, I mean, to me, it's a little bit too much, but that's okay. Hare Krishna. but,
I'm
but
not
this is
mundane.
reality. No, it's not mundane at all. But then, yeah, at all. And then you do your whole life is about giving this, preaching this to people. So receiving is you giving a lot of energy. So receiving back, like money to me is energy. What you do is energy. So it's all a cycle of energy, giving and receiving. If you move properly the energy will come back to you multiplied, especially if you do it with an open heart without expecting anything. Like when I did started with the healing for Lalita, I did not expect absolutely anything, and believe me, my like I was never taught to heal. It just came a thing with me. I don't know yet, but I I do heal, and I help, and I did it for a long time, all my life, without expecting anything. But then you always get something from God in return, and usually it's multiplied because it's a service that you give. I'm understanding this right now because of all this involvement I have had with you for the past 4 months.
Mhm.
So it's very
Is it 4 months already, huh? Wow, that's
four, yeah, or
fast.
maybe
You know,
more, maybe
yeah,
five. I don't know. It's
unbelievable. You know,
amazing.
it seems like every month the rent comes. I can't believe they keep coming to my door. It's just
I know.
hands are going like this, you know.
I know, believe me, I
It's
know.
time for you to pay your rent. Didn't I just pay it just recently?
I know, I know, I know. It's
Things
flying,
are going
time flying.
faster now. They're
I
faster than
know.
yeah,
It's very fast.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's not talk about mundane rent.
No, no. And
It's
one thing is I notice for myself as the more see because I don't is the energy I personally get back is not really measured in the money thing because I feel it immediately. I'm just like just I you know what I feel? I feel I should pay you guys because I get an opportunity to taste these amazing pastimes, speaking, speaking, glorifying God. To me, this is wealth, you know.
yes. Well, everything is energy. I'm talking about money because you mentioned the money, but people should know the money is energy. If you work with your energy, let's say money, in a good way, in an open heart way, with good intentions, believe me, it's gonna come back to you 3 times. And the
Yeah,
same thing happened to me with the healing. Like
yeah,
my healing, I feel that I'm getting like a superhero powers with healing.
yeah,
Amazing, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it all increases. So
Yeah.
Claire says, how can you compare money, a vibrational energy? Um, okay, well, yeah. Um, you can. Why don't you answer? How is money a vibrational energy there?
Money is energy. Simple. It's very simple. Money is energy. Everything is energy, actually. Everything that we give, we get in return.
Mhm.
Money is energy. If you work well your energy with money, it will come back to you 3 times
Yeah, yeah,
worth.
yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's simple. Like you can actually try to do it with open heart, not with the intention of getting something in return. This is the tricky part. People should do it with open heart without expecting anything, and believe me, it's going to come back straight away 3 times the amount what you gave. Or blessings are going to come to you in a way that you will not imagine, right?
Yeah, I personally I don't even think about it because it's
Exactly.
immediate. It's immediate.
Immediate.
Yeah, and so see, money is energy, and that's true. The highest source of energy I personally found is Krishna in his name.
Claro, everything is energy. Of
Yeah.
course.
Well, this is a special energy, and then the Lord Chaitanya came to give this special energy. This
Caitanya.
love of God is so powerful. And let you in a little secret. Actually, I never usually ask for money, never. But I noticed it was actually might be helpful for some of my
Exactly.
students, believe it or
Like
not.
me. You helped me quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but also on the other side, and it is, and so I mentioned it because this love of Krishna is so amazing. It's real. It's if people get this, all of a sudden everything will just flow in your life just
Yeah.
beautifully. People will just naturally help and assist you in whatever you're doing in this world because this is so important. This is such an amazing service, and that's what we're teaching here. And Lord Chaitanya did that too. He when he met this barber, he told this barber, just do this service for me, and very soon you won't have to be a barber anymore. So he did the service, and then the barber became an ecstatic devotee. He just started chanting Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and he was in ecstasy all the time, had all the symptoms and everything. And all of a sudden, he just didn't have to do the barber thing. Everything worked out. He just wandered.
Everything works out. Amazing.
Yeah, so
It
I've
happened.
been living like that for a long time, and
Amazing.
yeah. So some people there's separation, but you give and then you get back, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of there's another realm with this, and it just
Yeah.
comes from purification. You just keep chanting, and everything just becomes beautiful. Um, yeah. So yeah, okay. So that's good. We got that point. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Um, um, Yeah, and so Nityananda did innumerable extraordinary deeds, engrossed in the ecstasy of love of Krishna. So that's what Lord Chaitanya came here to give, is this love of Krishna. And so now he's unmanifest. He gives this love of Krishna, love of God. Love of Krishna means love of God, the love of God, and so loving God is awakened, was awakened by Lord Chaitanya and or his devotees. So now our only alternative is to find those who actually have love of God. And if you're in this line, it'll be love of Gaur Krishna. And it usually will probably be Gauranga at first. And then later on, you'll see there's no difference between Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. I mean, that's just how it just is what it is. But Krishna and Radha are the highest manifestations of Gauranga. Um, and so it takes a little while to get there usually. It may, there are people that you just never, Gauranga will be your manifestation of Radha and Krishna. That may be forever. You may not even want to see Radha and Krishna, you just want to see Gauranga. I mean, this depends. See, it's at that point when you love God, it's up to you and your relationship, how it shows up. Um, Freddie Boston, that makes more sense. Okay, what does it make sense? It all depends on what consciousness you spend, give, or use money. A devotee uses money to develop one's consciousness or supports the mission of pure devotees. Yeah, I mean that's a service. That's like by regular service in Srimad, by regular classes like this classes in Srimad Bhagavatam, and by service to the devotee. See, the service, it could be anything. Could be transcribing, could be, giving a glass of water. It could be anything. The service to the devotee could be giving some donations. It could be anything, anything that has to do with the Vaishnava in service to the mission. Yeah. And yeah. And then, and the result ultimately is love of God, love of Krishna, because that's completes the formula. You start to love Krishna, and then everything's beautiful. Your whole life is perfect now. Yeah. So he always spoke very sweetly to all the devotees he met. Matter of fact, Tom, you start reading a little bit here
Hare Krishna. Oh, thank you, Shri Vedas. Thank you, all these oh, disciples and devotees of the real source. He spoke always very sweetly to all the devotees. He met and danced, laughed and sang to himself in bliss, himself with a capital H.
now. Hmm.
Sometimes moved to an outburst of ecstasy, he roared loudly, astonishing one and all. Oh. He sometimes jumped and swam in the crocodile infested swelling, hissing monsoon waters of the Ganga, fearless and carefree. Whoa. Whoa. Everyone gasped with consternation, but Nityananda swam about in the waters, laughing and splashing. Whoa. He swam about in the mood of Anantashesh, feeling completely at home in the waters of the Ganga. Oh my god. While the spectators, devotees, held these breath in anxiety, and while the spectator devotees held their breath in anxiety. Yes, that will draw their attention. Whoa, what do I say? Oh my God! All at times, Nityananda became so surcharged with ecstasy in love of Krishna. At times, Nityananda became so surcharged with ecstasy in love of Krishna that he went into an unconscious trance lasting 3 to 4 days. Wow. These are some of the inconceivable pastimes of the Lord. They are endless and eternal, and, and, and I am incapable of describing them all. One day, Sri Chaitanya was sitting alone when Nityananda came to him, completely naked, chuckling like a child. His eyes and pure face were twinkling, and tears of limitless joy cascaded down his cheeks. He went about repeating this sentence like loud peals of thunder. My lord and master is Nimai Pandit of Nadia. My lord and master is Nimai Pandit of Nadia. Oh, I cannot go to the next sentence.
Why?
My lord and master is Nimai Pandit of Nadia.
Yeah, say that a few times.
My lord and master is Nimai Pandit of Nadia. I want to know the original words, the Sanskrit words he used. My lord and master, Nimai Pandit of Nadia. My lord and master is Nimai Pandit of Nadia.
Yeah, there's actually a version that has the word for word in it, so you can look for that on the internet and
Okay.
find this. Yeah, yeah. And it has a purport also of Bhakti Siddhanta. Yeah, I'm not sure it has the word for word, maybe, but it has for sure the purport. But you know what? I think it may have the word for word too. You can check that, find out. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
My lord and master is Nimai Pandit of Nadia. Oh. In these Sanskrit sentences, there's also a nice sequence. It's it. I found out it starts always with the source, and
Hmm.
then from this came that, from this came that, from this came that.
Hmm.
So I'm interested how it will work out in this sentence. My lord and master is Nimai Pandit of Nadia. Wow. Sri Chaitanya smiled, amused, at the sight of Nityananda's large, brilliant, beautifully formed, and completely bare frame. Hastily, Sri Chaitanya removed the cloth from his own head and wrapped it around Nitai. But Nitai continued to chuckle as if nothing had happened. Yes, had appeared, had happened. Chaitanya then smeared perfume on his body. Chaitanya then smeared perfume on his body with a capital H, decorating him with a flower garland and began to glorify Nityananda. Your name is Nityananda. Your name is Nityananda. Your name is Nityananda. And so also your form and the manner are always and eternally blissful. Wow. Ooh. You are Nityananda now as you were Balaram before.
Yeah, you see, these are the incarnations of bliss and ecstasy, and so the devotees stay connected with this source of bliss. Nityananda is a second form of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is God, the combined form, Radha Krishna, full of bliss and reservoir of bliss and ecstasy. And Nityananda is basically the same. Uh, and so that's why we worship this blissful, ecstatic Lord. And he gives us the ability by awakening our spiritual body through the disciplic line so that we can remain absorbed in this bliss by our worship. See, the worshiper, this is how we remain in a blissful state, is by having this awakened bond with the transcendental body of the Lord, which it manifests in his mantra, in the chanting of the holy name. That's why you're not really the. That's why I pay these persons say they're gurus. I'm sorry, man. Unless you're really connected with that blissful name of either some form of God like Krishna or Lord Chaitanya, and are showing that you actually have this loving bond, that you're actually in love with God. What is it? What kind of guru are you? I mean, you're not really you're not in the real line yet. You're a false follower. You know, just let's be real. I mean, it's time for let's being real now. Let's not play games. Either you're a real associate of Lord Chaitanya or not. Isn't it pretty simple? And if you're a real associate, you can point out the real path. You can speed up the process for people realizing Krishna and being liberated from this illusion. Otherwise, you can't do it. It'll be a many lifetime trip, like these gurus have told you. People can realize the Lord now. Right now, this is a gift. You come here, you're in the real line, you get real ecstasy, a real attachment to the Lord very easily. All right, yeah, just kind of how it is. You know? If not, you go follow Balaram's path, and it's just all this speculation, and then these, fighting these truths, and he has no real ecstasy. I mean, I don't know how people believe these things, how they can't understand. Here, studying Prabhupada's books for years, but don't understand these simple things. All because you have to learn by coming in the real line, and you listen to the real experienced devotees who have mature, ecstatic worship of the Lord and know these things. And if you don't believe in them, don't listen to them. You're going to listen to Maya. The illusion will be illusioning you because they're the door to enter the kingdom of God. The Lord has made them so, you know, and that's just how it is. You don't go through that door, you don't get into paradise. That paradise. That's what Jesus meant. I'm the way, the life, and the truth. No one comes unto the Father but by them. If you're not like that, then you're not a real guru. You're not a real spiritual master representing that Lord that Jesus was representing. And the whole problem is these even Christian Ritviks do the same bullshit, man. Oh no, you go directly to Jesus. Bullshit, you can't. It's not that way. You got to hear the preaching of a living devotee to awaken your relationship with Jesus normally, unless you bring it through from another life. They even know it but don't know it, many of them. See, they don't take responsibility of being guru. You have to take. That's the one lesson Prabhupada taught me. I had to take responsibility. I tried the Ritvik way. I tried to go to these living gurus that are still dead. They have no spiritual life. Didn't work. I should just follow Prabhupada's order, and everything would have been great. just like it is now. I just follow his order because he's a living being, you know. He's a living message. Oracle came through him in that lucid dream. You know, he's the only one I really. I said when I got Prabhupada's book, I said this man knows God like Jesus. I got the same experience with Jesus. This person knows God. See, and boom, I was lifted into the spiritual dimension. I had that kind of faith. Must have carried it through. See, and then all these other people tried to get in the way of Prabhupada and Jesus, usually because they weren't the real deal. They're, you just got to find real, you know. So you notice people that come here, they when they get elevated to love with Krishna, they become like friends. See, now we can be more friends because you have love of God. So what is this? Janaki says there was never anyone preaching what you preach. Thank you for showing us the real path. Yeah, well, you see, she's been around 40 years. She had gurus come to her house. You know, her husband saved the books. Actually, they had the ISKCON shows you how much material motivation is going in that group. They actually, and this is like the government, the same bullshit. That you pay taxes. The devotees paid taxes. By you giving your energy and time, you pay taxes to destroy your life, and that's what they do in ISKCON, and that's why the Lord's getting rid of that thing. Or you gotta advance and become a real spiritually motivated devotee, not materially motivated. You see how that works? They spent $1 million to keep Prabhupada's books changed and to take away the unchanged books of Prabhupada. 1 million devotees with your money, you paid for that court case, to sue the person trying to preserve Prabhupada's original books. Unbelievable. How can you worship people like that? You fools. You complete fools. And that's just how it is. Just like people, you're a fool to worship the government, to put a mask on you and inject poison in your body. You're a fool to do that. Okay? If you find the real line here, you get saved from all that bullshit, and that's going on in these big groups. You go to Narayan Raj and they're the no-shows. Oh yeah, we're purebhakti.com, but we don't show you any ecstasy because you don't got it. You're just bluffing everybody. Everybody's bluffing in Vaishnavism unless you're the real deal. Unless you can show that you chant the holy name with great ecstatic love and show it and show that you have real deep understanding of the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, of these scriptures, you can't liberate anybody. You're not a way into the kingdom. It's that simple. You're it or not it. No fudging. We no sugar here. See, we're at that time now. Either are you really representing Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna because pu- uh, pure love is in your heart, or are you materially motivated? Because you got to find those who represent the real line now. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Basically, you're doing idol worship. You're idling your time away. That's what idol worship is. You're wasting your time. You know? See, and a lot of people they say, "Go Hari." You should honor all paths. You should give respect to all paths. Well, that's fine when this is not here, but I'm going to preach like this. This is the best of all paths. If you find a devotee who's realized Krishna, you found the best path in the whole universe. Realize God. Say just whatever. They represent Jesus Christ, truly. They have the Holy Spirit. They really represent the Lord, like that. Truly, genuinely. The Lord is inside as the helper, alive in them, has made them alive. They're persons, they're real brothers in this world. Okay? Or a real Vaishnava in our line who has a relationship with Lord Caitanya. Transcendental relationship where the Lord is in there helping them understand those scriptures as they are, and they preach them to liberate others. Okay? So now those persons can help you well. And that's, since this is here, I'm only going to say, hey, why waste your time or go the slow path? Why don't you go quick? Why don't you come here quick? I'm not going to give honor to a path that is inferior when the superior path is here or anywhere else. I mean, I'm not saying it's only, it could, if it has these attributes, if it's got the attributes that person really knows the transcendental Lord and they have transcendental realization that awakens transcendental revelation and realization in others, and even ecstasy and even a relationship with that Lord. Okay, fine. But how many people are like that, do you think? Not so many. So here's the place we're preaching. A lot of people say, oh, Gohar, you think you're the only thing. Well, where's the other games in town? Where are they? Well, Narayan Raj, well, he never showed anything, and his gurus never show anything. And they don't awaken ecstatic devotion in anybody. So that's not a place. Oh, Gauri, you shouldn't say that. You should honor him as the highest guru. Well, he didn't awaken devotion to Krishna. The scriptures I know, I'm going to preach what the Lord shows me. The Lord says, yes, it's correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly guru. People need to know that's the real direction. Well, I didn't see any devotion to Krishna awakened in the Narayan Raj group. Go look at Shamarani and see if she has the symptoms of devotion. She's one of the gurus. She was with him for 20 something years. I don't see any symptoms of ecstatic love. I see kind of a repressed person. Oh yeah, nice, nice, and memorize shastras. But where's the ecstatic devotion? Where are the tears in the eyes? And she'll tell you directly, oh, prema is not available. My Guru Dev said it's many lifetimes. That's preaching is, I don't like it. That's misleading. If you're a real representative of Lord Caitanya carrying in the real line of the ecstasy that the Lord gave 550 years ago, why not get ecstasy now? What, are we worshiping an impotent God? What, God, Lord Caitanya can't give real ecstasy now with the tears and the laughter and all that now? Oh, that was just for then? Well, I should go back to Jesus, because there are a lot of ecstatic Christians around that have the Holy Spirit. But I don't do it because I got the Holy Spirit here of devotion is here. You guys are getting it too. So we don't have to go anywhere, but just be here. So if there's some other place where ecstatic love is, well, great. But, I haven't seen it. I'm just trying to get people to think straight. Put your thinking cap on. Oh, get out of this repression. Oh, you shouldn't question the gurus. Why not? Isn't it about questioning the gurus? Hey, Narayan Raj, or now I got to go, hey, representative of the Narayan Raj, you got ecstasy? Oh, my guru said many lives. Well, why are you taking disciples and telling them that you can deliver them? Well, we adjust the philosophy this way, and just, we got to, come on, man. Yeah. So we should, why not question? You come here, we'll help you learn to question, get out of repression. No, don't be in blind belief. Otherwise, you're doing this stuff they do in the government. In the government, don't question the government, just obey, comply. You want to be like that? No, nobody. I mean, at least if you got something to tell. Do you like when they tell you that, Tom? Just obey and comply. Why would you like that in ISKCON or these other groups to obey and comply without questioning? Hey, is this guru really for real? Why would you do that? Sorry, I'm getting a little uppity there, Maria. I know you like a more gentle approach, but I got to put on a little bit of a show. Get people, keep them here. Keep people's attention for an hour. You got to, kind of get animated, tell the story with energy, with make it thrilling, like a movie, like put you on the edge of the seat, eating your popcorn.
And Fanny loves it, so
Huh?
if Fanny loves it, so
Yeah, Fanny likes this.
yeah,
Yeah, I
she
do
loves
this for
it.
Fanny. I
So
do this for
we must do it for Fanny.
Yeah. Amy
Yeah,
also.
Amy
Wow,
also.
that's Amy
I'm
says, "Wow, that story is so powerful." Nityananda swimming in the Ganga, crocodiles. Yeah.
yeah, I'm the boring one. I'm sorry to be so boring.
You'll get you get more energy.
I'm a boring person altogether.
No,
So
you're not boring.
see, okay, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya,
Yeah,
Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
yeah. So people need to question now. You should question Gauri Das. You know, Gauri Das. Can you deliver people to Vrindavan? And I say, I don't have to say anything. Go look at my students. Is anybody amongst my students delivered to Vrindavan? And just look at the symptoms. If they have the kinds of feelings awakened in their love for Krishna, if they chant Hare Krishna or Lord Chaitanya's name and they feel ecstatic symptoms, where feelings come like the residents there, then I don't have to say yes or no. Just go look at the proof is in the pudding. Go look at the fruits. By their fruits they shall be known. Didn't Jesus teach that? Well, this is a fruit, man. If you're a real fruit yourself, then seeds go out. That's called bhakti lata bij. When you're preaching, we're just ever seen those guys in the jungle? They got those looks like what do they call those things? They go, they blow the blow gun. Gohar is like that guy in the jungle. He's just looking for people, and he blows these darts. He goes, and to see if anything hits, you know, and they get the poison of pure bhakti, a lot of bij, stuck in their heart, you know. And that's what it comes down to, that's what it is. They blow those little seeds into you, like the wind blows the seeds of fruits, and they fall in play in some kinds of grounds. You're the fields out there, man. See, and those seeds, they sprout in people, and sometimes tenfold, 20-fold, 30-fold. Some people, they sprout for a day, and then Maya comes. Jesus, called the devil, comes and takes them away, you know kind of sows other seeds in there. You notice we got people like that. They come for a while, and all of a sudden they turn, like Tarun seemed to turn a little bit, but he came back again today. Is he still here? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, there he is. Mind control, power, and fear. Yeah, sometimes he gets, or it could be a little test. Maybe he'll change again since you're here anyway. That's good. Goloka, my students. Jungle monkey, meat wearing spectacles. Oh, he's back at it again. See, Fanny says, Maria, you're not boring. I feel a deep connection. Oh, see, you guys are connected, man. That's why, this is really the secret. If you develop affection for devotees, that is your greatest boon you can get is affectionate for a devotee. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be super intelligent. Just if you just like an ecstatic devotee, that's the main thing.
Thank you so much, Fanny. I'm with Lord Chaitanya in the bathroom. That's why you watching the ceiling now for a minute.
Oh, you're in the. Oh, really? In the bathroom?
See, I'm
Oh.
peeing. Sorry about that.
Maria. She she's just very natural. She's a natural girl. But that's great, man. You want to take Hari Kata everywhere you go, even in the bathroom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Tom. Read on.
Wow, so many realizations.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
what?
my-
Tell us
I
a real.
need, I need half an hour to explain
Oh, okay, okay. Read on.
another time. Oh my god. Always and eternally blissful. Your name is Nityananda. Your name is Nityananda. And so also your form and the manner are always and eternally blissful. Wow. You are Nityananda now, as you were Balaram before. No one can interrupt the ecstatic and unlimited joy you experience. Wow. As your name suggests, in everything you do, whether it be walking, eating, or otherwise. Ordinary men cannot appreciate your transcendental potencies. You are always to be found where Lord Krishna is present. Krishna is eternal and is the absolute truth, and so are you, since you are his eternal associate. Oh my god. That's a safe place.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to find where Krishna is, then you find a devotee, because wherever a devotee is, that's where Lord Chaitanya or Radha and Krishna are. You know, and wherever Radha and Krishna are, that's where a devotee is. That's why they chant the holy name so often. See, or they do Hari Katha talking, because wherever that is where Krishna is. See, Krishna is the Hari Katha, and so devotees, they like to speak about Krishna because Krishna appears in the talks, and that's why they're blissful. You know, that's why you're chanting these pastimes. It makes Krishna appear, and you're becoming a devotee. See, devotees like to be where Krishna is. See, so it's very simple. The name of Nityananda is eternally blissful. It's his form. It's his form in this world. So devotees who chant the name of Nityananda, sometimes they laugh, or same thing, Lord Chaitanya or Radha and Krishna. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry, sometimes they choke up because they love that form, and it's transcendental. If you're chanting Hare Krishna, Maha Mantra, or Lord Chaitanya's name, and tears don't appear in your eyes, that means you don't love that form very much. Not to the point of tears. If you really have love for God, there are going to be some tears, and then it'll develop into other devotional symptoms. Yeah. And that's the boon you get with real devotees. That is so rare to get. I mean, look at the world. Look at they say all the time. They come here and say, "Why are you guys laughing? Why, Lalita, are you laughing? Gohar, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, Tom? Why? Why are you laughing?" See, another they never see that, and you're showing them. Why don't you know? Why don't you gurus know? Why don't you gurus know why we laugh and cry in this sangha? Why? Because you don't know the Lord as good as you think you do. You only know his name. We know him because Bhagavad Gita 10:10, to those who worship Krishna in loving ecstasy, to them I give the real understanding that you guys don't have. To them I give the real knowledge that you guys don't have unless you have ecstatic devotion with the tears and the choking and all that stuff. Otherwise, you don't know the Lord very well. That's why you can't help people very well. Prabhupada said that. Nectar's instruction. Those who are not really Uttamadhikaris cannot help people very well. But then again, that needs a whole subject to talk about the different types of devotees, you know. So basically, if you have love of Krishna awakened, then you're better than then you're at least Majjamadikari, and you're better than these gurus who don't have love of Krishna awakened. Okay? And you're just, in the eyes of the world, they're better than you. But in the eyes of God, in absolute truth, you're better than them. See, people, that's why conclusive truth ultimately has to win, so that people see things as they are. Right now, the way it is, they look at these gurus in ISKCON or Gaudiya Smriti as greater than what is going on here. But that's not really the truth. The really truth is the opposite. See, that's the Lord's Mahamaya makes it look like, oh, because they're dressed so nice. Oh, because they got a big organization. Oh, because they got many followers. Oh, because they do austerities, and that they're superior, that they're more advanced spiritually. But actually, the real symptoms of advancement are here. The real symptoms are not external symptoms. The real symptoms here is more devotion. Here is more revelation and realization, more ecstatic worship. See, so this is the real deal in the eyes of God and realized devotees. You see how if you come here, you'll see the real picture. Otherwise, you're presented with Maya's picture, and it's wrong. You need to see the real standard. We're here to show the real standard. Oh, you come here, you'll get love of Krishna. Then, therefore, the real gurus are here. We even got more than one. People get love of Krishna just listening, hearing Lalita Ganga and Johan chant, or some other devotees. You know, they feel spiritually advanced. See, so the real situation is manifested here. That's why all I do is speak on the real situation, distinguish it from the illusion. And if you listening and you believe in this preaching, which you can check it in the scriptures, and you become convinced, boss, your earthly life is finished. You become spiritually enlivened, spiritually centered. See, spiritually centered. Not externally centered. That's the house of cards. It'll be knocked down. I'm centered externally, external devotional service and everything. See, but Maya can knock that down still. Devotion to Krishna makes you solid, and Maya won't knock you down. I mean, once it matures. Okay, but you said we are devotees or not. Okay, Claire says different types of devotees. Does that mean? Okay, great, Claire. Great question. Thank you for asking these things. Yeah. Okay, there are different types of devotees according to advancement. Okay. So I'm talking from the internal perspective. Okay. There's a neophyte devotee. They're the ones who are beginning their journey. A neophyte devotee may be in a sangha of Vaishnavas, say like in our group, in this worship. Maybe it could be a Christian also, but the neophyte is in the group and they can't really tell who is spiritually advanced and who isn't. They look externally like, oh, this person's a minister in a big mega church. He's definitely spiritually advanced. Or, oh, look, he's in ISKCON and he's a leader. He's a guru. He's definitely spiritually advanced. Or in the Gaudiya Smriti, Narayana, he's spiritually advanced because he's a leader. See, so he's a devotee, but how spiritually advanced are these different people? That you okay? Go ahead. What?
I have a question about this advancement. Like, I always had this question actually. I was, for those that don't know, Claire, thank you for saying that my dog is beautiful. Thank you. For those that don't know, I was born with mediumship, so I was born with a channel to God since I was born. So for me, God was always God, and it was obvious that God was always God, and I always believe in God and Jesus. And I don't believe in the church. I don't believe in Christianity because they put too much rules. I don't like rules. So for me, I came into this. I met a guru. I because I can see all the ones that are not living in this earth anymore. I can see souls when they present themselves. So I could see Lord Caitanya straight away, and that was a double check. I need double checking of everything. That was double checking that this is real. Otherwise, I would think this is too much rules. I need to get the hell out of here. It's reality speaking here. So Lord Chaitanya showed himself the second day, and the third or fourth day, I double checked with Guru, and it was Lord Chaitanya. I was like, wow. He wouldn't speak, and that was strange for me because usually when they come to me, they come to bring a message to someone else, right? So I thought it was maybe someone that passed away next to Guru, and he needed to say something. But I have been with you almost every day for the past 4 months. Everything increases in my life. Everything increased in my spiritual life. Everything increased. Although I thought I had it all, spiritually wise, but since I met you, everything has increased big time. Especially when I do healing or everything, my channel, everything has increased 1,000 times. However, when I chant Lord Chaitanya all the time. Every time that I walk, I chant Lord Chaitanya. But Prabhupada wants to get in, but not Lord Chaitanya is the one. But I don't cry. I don't go crying on the streets.
Hmm.
Crying is hard for me usually. It has
Hmm.
been very hard. Oh my God. My heart, I feel like a roller coaster of emotions in my heart, but I don't have this crying. Maybe sometimes I laugh, which is honestly, when I say I'm boring, I was always the boring one, the serious one.
So,
So this
what's
is
your
new.
what's your question?
My question is, I don't have those static symptoms.
Uh-huh.
So am I? What am I to you?
Okay, good. I'm glad that's a good question. So, by being around these devotees here, you
Yeah.
may develop a desire like, boy, I would like to also have these ecstatic symptoms, and then you'll start to get them. Basically, it's like, do you want them? I mean, the Lord is to give you want what you ask for, and in this kind of association, you can get these ecstatic symptoms. The reason why you don't have them now so much is because of the association you had previously. But now you have new association with those who have this kind of ecstasy.
Yeah. True.
You know,
But I
so
don't know if I want them. I
okay,
am so happy that my spirituality is increasing 1,000 times more. With
yeah,
that, I am super happy. I don't need more than that.
yeah,
But then
okay, but
I'm weird, right?
no, not weird. You're just who you are, and it's the Lord is he reciprocates. He gives you what you want. If you
Okay.
don't want these ecstatic symptoms, well, personally, I, I want them more and more every day. They give me very deep revelations and realization. You know?
Well, to me, that happens when I do healing. I'm getting more and more emotions, and it's more
Yeah, well,
powerful.
there you go.
That I wouldn't change that for anything in the world. You know.
That's part of the ecstasy. That
Okay, good.
yeah.
Oh, great. I was wondering what category I am in because I'm not the static person.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. It's just it increases. I mean, like, yeah, this stuff increases, and you'll see. You'll probably get addicted to these ecstatic worship, like we are. Most of us, we like it. Do you like ecstatic feelings, Tom? Now,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
I was just thinking, yeah. I like to feel what will be the first ecstatic symptom coming from her.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's
Oh,
in there. See, it's gestating. She even says she feels this roller coaster. It's just not
yeah, I do
coming
feel
out.
a roller
Yeah,
coaster.
It's not like coming out in full expression yet, but it
Yeah.
will. I've seen this happen so many times. People have even Rivers, she didn't cry for it. She said, I can't cry. I've never been able to cry, no, it's very hard. And then all of a sudden, she said, well, a tear came out of one eye, and then later the two eyes, and then more, and then, oh, I wish I could laugh like Lolita, and then all that started coming. And just evolves. It's great. See, it's like Nityananda. See, he's ecstatic. Look, his great life he's got, man. He loved. He came to show the glories of being ecstatic devotee, man. Everything you become super empowered. Everything works in your life. You become super happy, more happy than you've ever, experienced with not this kind of ecstasy. Everything flows in your life. I mean, just everything. It's just topmost lifestyle and existence. As Fanny's got experiences too. First weeks I
This has
was here.
happened. Oh, sorry.
First weeks I was here, I cried so much than never before, as never before in my life. So wait a second here. And Janardin says, I want to go mad. Why would Lord Chaitanya increase? Oh boy, we got a lot of comments here. Claire says, you said we were devotees or not. Okay. All right, let me answer her question a little bit more. Um, So yeah, of course you're devotees. Obviously, let's look in a broad sense. Everybody's a devotee. Everybody. It is our nature to be a devotee. So the Lord has two manifestations, main ones. Okay, one is the material manifestation. The other is the spiritual manifestation. And our nature is called jiva. We're in between the material and spiritual here in this world. Okay. So, it is our nature to love someone or something. Okay. So, generally, people don't have the option to love spiritually God as his spiritual form. I mean, you, you go to religion, it's the beginning of that, usually. Okay, so that person is a devotee in the world. So I love my daughter, I love my son, I love my dogs, I love this, I love that. Okay, but a lot of people, that's all they have is that kind of love my money, and they get really into that completely. Some people have a little love for the world and love for God. They got a little bit of both going there. And so people are devoted. Depends on how much love you have for God. Ultimately, is how advanced you are as a person. You still might love your whatever it is, your dog, your cat, your money. I mean, but it won't be like overwhelming, because when you start to love God, it dissolves your attachment to stuff in the world. You see things as they are. You see there is really no death, and the material is just an illusion. Even if your dog dies or your cat dies, if you when you're really deep into this, there won't be any tears because it's an illusion. You're always in touch with your animals and everybody else. You just think of them and they're there. Isn't that? Do you feel that with Geronimo? He's around.
Yes, I felt that ever since he passed away. However, I did cry a lot when he passed away, although I know that he saw this with me and with Luna all the time. I can I didn't see him as much as I usually see people when they pass away, but I did see him. He even showed me before he died. He showed me he was going to die.
Yeah,
That's another story. But I mean, yeah, but you do get attached. It's part of being a human, right?
it's part of being human. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Claire says, "I love me because I'm God, the same as you are. You are, or my doggy. I love me." Um, well, there's okay. There's another. See, this is very deep. Loving God. See, okay. In a sense where everything is God, but the way it's set up is there's the Lord and his worshiper. And we're all worshipers, and that's our nature, is to worship and to be submissive to the Lord and to have his protection. But in the world, people take the protection of God in his mayic form, his Mahamaya, they call it. It gives us the false ego identification that there were this body and we're these material emotions and material mind. See, this is false ego. That's a temporary identity, and then when we die, we come back again in another identity and develop worldly relationship again. And this goes on again and again and again and again. Okay, so the whole thing is to develop a spiritual identity now. See, that awaken that it's inherent in us, and that's what this association does. And there's, instead of Mahamaya, there's Yoga Maya, because everything in a sense is God, right? Well, in when our spiritual body is awakened, then there's the Yoga Maya, which gives us the sense that we're the worshipers of the Lord. Okay, we're not God in the sense God is God, and I'm a devotee. I'm here to worship God, and there's great pleasure in that, great happiness in that. That's the essence here. Yeah, has shown us that the body is temporary again. The world, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I think I got to stop now. Stop talking for a while. So it's been nice. It's been good. So you guys have a nice day, and 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 may Lord Chaitanya bless you more and more.
Lord Chaitanya, Lord
Lord,
Chaitanya.
Lord
Prabhupada, porque